Hello, my name is Logan, and today I'm going to be showing you how to add questions to an exam through Test Builder. In order to add questions, you must have first created an online test, which I have covered in another video. First, we'll go to Coursework and select the test that we previously built. Here it's labeled Section 1 Test. You will see that it says that the test is in an invalid state. That's because we haven't added any questions yet. So to add questions, we'll click on Test Builder. In Test Builder, we'll click on Add a Question. Here you can see the question label. You can go ahead and add a question label. However, this is an optional step and only the instructor will see it. You will need to enter the question text. This is where you will type the question needing to be answered. You will also need to add a point value. You can make this question a bonus question by selecting this right here, saying make this question extra credit. We'll go ahead and leave that blank for now. And down here is where you will add the answers to your question. Here we will go ahead and leave this on multiple choice, but you have the option of choosing equation, essay, matching, multiple choice, ordering, short answer, or true and false. We will cover all of these in this video. But for now, we'll go ahead and leave it under multiple choice. So we'll go up here and in the question text, we'll add the question that we want answered. So for this one, since we're doing multiple choice, we'll go ahead and make it easy. We'll say, is the correct answer C? And we'll go ahead and make it so that the correct answer is C. For answer A, we'll go ahead and put, this is not correct. For answer B, we'll go ahead and put, this is also not correct. For answer C, we'll put C is correct. And for answer D, we will put you should go with C. And we'll go ahead and make C correct. If you would like, you can also add all of the above or none of the above. In order to include these, you would simply need to click on whichever one you would like, or both of them if you so choose. It is also important to note that you can make it so that there are multiple correct answers. For instance, if we say that answer B should also be correct, which we won't, but we will for this example, you can simply select answer B and leave it like that. We'll go ahead and unmark it because we want C to be the only correct answer. As you can see here, you have a few options for the student. We have the randomize. This will make it so that every student has the opportunity of seeing a different order of answers. For instance, if we go ahead and preview the question, we can see, is the answer C? And the correct answer is C. And it will always be that as long as you don't click randomize. But if we do click on randomize and we preview the question again, you can see that they are all out of order. And it says that B is the correct answer. But B is not C. So we'll go ahead and close this and leave it unrandomized. You also have the option of leaving partial credit. This is mostly used for matching and ordering questions. We also have a step 3. Step 3 is completely optional, but here, if you want, you can create instant feedback based on the student's answers. See, this one is for feedback for all students regardless of response, feedback for correct responses, and we have feedback for incorrect responses. We'll go ahead and leave these blank and close step 3 for now. We'll go ahead and save and add another, and this will take us to another question. As you can see, everything is blank. For the next one, we'll go on to the second answer type, equation. For the question text, we'll go ahead and put the instructions for the equation. We'll go ahead and say, solve this equation. And we're going to go ahead and add an equation. If you would like to add an equation, click down here to add equation. And this pop-up will pop up. We'll go ahead and make it easy for this example, but we will also utilize some of the tools that are available in this pop-up. So we're going to go with 4 times 695 parentheses, and in here we'll go ahead and type 0. And we'll go ahead and save your equation. So if we will go ahead and preview the question, this is what the students will see. And if they would like, they can go ahead and also add the equation for their answer. The same pop-up will pop up, but it won't do that because we aren't actually taking the test. Now it is important to note that equation answer types must be graded manually by the instructor, and they cannot be graded instantly by the computer. But you can also use the add equation for any other answer type, including matching, multiple choice, or even essay. For this one, we'll go ahead and add the point value, and we'll make it worth 20 points. And we'll go ahead and save and add another. We'll go on to the next answer type, which is essay. So we'll go down here and select essay. Now in here is the question that we want to be answered. For this one, we'll go ahead and put tell us a story for this example. And we'll go ahead and make this worth 30 points. Now the essay type must be graded individually and manually by the instructor. If you would like, you can go ahead and preview the question. And here it says tell us a story. The students have a few options as to how they would go about writing their essay. We'll go ahead and close this, save this question, and add another. And we'll go on to the next answer type, which is matching. We'll scroll up here to the question text. We'll go ahead and make this question match the letters to their lowercase counterparts. And we'll go ahead and add a point value, and we'll make it worth 20 points. Now here, in the answer type for matching, we have several options. We have object, correct match, and distractors. For the object, this is typically a word or definition, and the match is typically the opposite. So if we were to do a word over here, we would do the definition here. For here, we're just going to do capital A, capital B, capital C, and capital D. For the correct match, we'll do the lowercase A, B, C, and D. If you would like to add any unmatched distractors, you can do so here. So here we'll go ahead and do 1. This is not a correct answer, but it's there just to distract the students. Now here, we also have several randomizing choices. Like in multiple choice, you can randomize your question here. You can randomize the objects, which is these right here. You can randomize the matches, these right here. You can filter the matches, or you can add partial credit. It's important to note that if you don't select partial credit, then if the student gets one of the matches wrong, then they will not receive any credit for the matches that they got correct. You will also notice that here you can add more matching pairs, or you can add more unmatched distractors. We'll go ahead and add one more matching pair, but as you can see, 4 more pop up. So we'll go ahead and add our E and our lowercase e, and we'll get rid of these extra 3 by clicking on these red X's. We'll do that 3 times, and you can see now that we only have 5 answers. And we'll go ahead and add partial credit and randomize the matches. We'll go ahead and preview the question, and you can see A, B, C, D, and E are all here in order, but the matches are not in order. So the students will have to select randomly. If we were to unrandomize it, then it would simply, well, let's go ahead and show you. It would simply be one of the first ones, and it would just go down in order. We'll go ahead and close that. And for this one, we're finished. So we'll go ahead and save and add another. For the next question type, we have ordering. So we'll go up here to the question text, and we'll just say, put the letters in order. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and leave the point value blank. We'll get back to this later, but in the test builder, once you're completely done, it'll show you any point values that you forgot to put in, and you can put it in manually later. So for the ordering items, we'll go ahead and just do our letter system again. So we'll do capital A, capital B, capital C, and capital D. If we would like, we can go ahead and add more items like we did in the last question, but we'll go ahead and not do that. So here we'll only have 4 answers, and they should go in order, A, B, C, and D. We'll go ahead and put partial credit so that if they get one order wrong, they will get credit for all the rest of the correct orders. And we'll preview this question. Now here, we'll just drag the letter into their correct order. So here we see that the 4th answer is A, but it needs to be the first. So we'll go ahead and drag it up to the top. And so here we say the first answer is A, the second answer is B, and we need to make it so that C is the 3rd answer. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. And that's the correct answer. We'll go ahead and save this question and add another. For our next question, we'll go ahead and choose the short answer answer type. Now up here, we're going to go ahead and make the question, how do most fairy tales begin? And we'll go ahead and leave this point value blank as well. Now for the answer field, we'll go ahead and make the answer once upon a time with ellipses. Here you have several options for grading. We can make it a match, which doesn't include capitalization. So if a student were to put once upon a time with a lowercase o, they would get full credit. We can also make it so that they have 75, 50, 25, or 0% based on their answer. We also have match exactly, so the capitalization is a factor. We also have include, which uses key words. So if a student were to put, say, once in a time, then they would still get full credit because it's very close. Then we also have in between. This is normally used for numericals, and it's only used for digit numbers, no types. So if the answer were to be, say, 5, we would say that the answer would be between 4 and 6. However, if you do this, the student, if they put 4 or 6, they will also get full credit. But we'll go ahead and leave this as match, and we'll put once upon a time with ellipses. And then all other responses will leave as be scored manually, but you can also make it so that they receive 0 points for any other answer. We'll go ahead and preview the question, and it says, how do most fairy tales begin? And the students will put their answer. We'll go ahead and close that, click save, and add another. Our last question type will be true and false. Here, we'll simply make the question, are you taking this test online? Because this is an online test, the answer will obviously be true. So we'll go ahead and leave the point value for this one blank as well, and we'll select true as the correct answer. We can go ahead and preview the question. It says, are you taking this test online? And the student will select true, and we'll close. This is it for this question, so we'll go ahead and click save and return to Test Builder. This is because there are no more answer types that we can cover. So we'll click save and return to Test Builder. Here you can see that we forgot to add point values to some of our questions. For the multiple choice, we'll go ahead and make it worth 10 points. For the ordering, we'll go ahead and make it worth 20 points. For the short answer, we'll make it worth 30, and for the true and false, we'll make it worth 5. Then, once you've added all the point values, you can go ahead and click save, or if you would like to add more questions, you can go ahead and click edit. If you would like to delete the entire test, click delete. We are finished with this tutorial, so I'll go ahead and click on save. And your test is complete.